Good morning. Let us see. Yesterday we had discussed some important introductory part of income tax law and accounts. Now we move to the next area, that is some basic concepts or conceptual framework of income tax that include basic concepts and definitions. Without the knowledge of these basic concepts, you can't proceed with the following or next proceedings. Okay, let us see one by one. See, first one, that is income. We are dealing with the calculation of tax liability of an individual on his total income. Now we can see first one, that is income. Income means, based on the section 2 subsection 24 of Income Tax Act, income tax give an inclusive definition of the term income. While you are coming to the point, while we are looking to the detailed explanation given as per this provision, you need not write all these things in your exam for 1 mark or 2 mark. So all of you please go through the material which is laid down in your text material for your learning purpose, and you please bear in mind for your exam as the definition given in my notes. So we can see that Income Tax Act does not define the term income precisely. Section 224 gives an inclusive definition for the term income and lists out certain specific terms as income. It's very clear. Income Tax Act does not define the term income precisely. It gives an inclusive definition for the term income and lists out certain specific items as income. In practice, it includes all such things which the term signifies according to its general and natural meaning. That's very clear. In practice, income includes all things which the term signifies according to its general and natural meaning. From this, it is very clear what is meant by income. Okay. Next one, that is person. As per section 2 subsection 31 of Income Tax Act, person includes individual, HUF, that is Hindu Undivided Family, company, firm, an association of person, whether incorporated or not, or local authority, every artificial juridical person. I think you might have a previous knowledge on this term person. Next one is very new one for you, that is assessee. Assessee means a person who is liable to pay tax on his income. It's a very general meaning of assessee. It's a person who is liable to pay tax on his total income. But in specific, for example, in the view, all of you should go through the material. You please listen here. Assessee means section 2 subsection 7 of Income Tax Act. Assessee means a person by whom any tax or any other sum of money is payable under the Income Tax Act. It's very simple. Assessee means a person by whom any tax or any other sum of money is payable under the Tax Act, and includes, there are 3 category of person who are includes. First one, every person in respect of whom any proceedings has been initiated under the Act for the assessment of his income or the income of any other person. Once again, every person in respect of whom any proceedings has been initiated under the act for the assessment of his income or the income of any other person. And the second category, a person who is deemed to be an assessee under the provision of the Income Tax Act. And the third category, that is a person who is deemed to be an assessee in default in any provision of the Act. Okay. The next one, that is assessment year. Assessment year means the year, financial year, the period of 12 months commencing from the 1st April of the every year. ഓരോ വർഷത്തെയും ഏപ്രിൽ 1 തുടങ്ങുന്ന 12 മാസം ഉൾക്കൊള്ളുന്ന ഫിനാൻഷ്യൽ ഇയറിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ അസസ്മെൻറ്റ് ഇയർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ദ നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ, പ്രീവിയസ് ഇയർ. It's very important one. Section 3 of Income Tax Act define the term previous year is the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. Okay, some of the important points that we have to discuss here. In the case of a newly set up business, the previous year will be the period between the date of setting up of the business and 31st March. Suppose a business commenced on 1st October of 2020, the previous year starts from the date of commencement and ends with the 31st March of the year. You please bear in mind this one. It may be probable question for your exam. Okay. The next one, that is gross or total income. Gross total income, section 80B define is the total income computed in accordance with the provision of the Income Tax Act, but before making any deduction under Chapter 6A. You please note down Chapter 6A deduction. That is the deductions which is laid down in the section 80C to 80U. Later it will discuss in detail. Okay. So gross total income is the total income computed as per the provision of the Income Tax Act, but before making any deduction under Chapter 6A. The next one, that is total income. So total income, section 245 of the Income Tax Act define total income is the total amount of income computed in the manner laid down in the Income Tax Act. It is the income after making all permissible deduction under Chapter 6A. Okay. The next one, that is maximum marginal rate. Maximum marginal rate is the rate of income tax including surcharge applicable in relation to the highest slab of income in the case of an individual, AOP, BOI, as the case may be, as specified in the Finance Act of the relevant year. Once again, maximum marginal rate is the rate of income tax applicable in relation to the highest slab of income of, in the case of individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, as the case may be, as specified in the Finance Act of the relevant year, relevant financial year. And the last one, that is average rate of income tax. Average rate, as we know, that is the rate of average. Average rate of income tax means the rate arrived at by dividing the amount of income tax calculated on the total income by such a total income. Once again, total average rate of income tax means the rate is the rate of average which is arrived at by calculating or by dividing the amount of income tax calculated on total income by such a total income. Okay, these are all the important basic terms which would like to discuss here as a part of conceptual framework. Besides these concepts, let us discuss some more points in our next classes. Let us conclude here. Thank you.